Hi everyone, Roleplay-Geek here, and you may have seen my previous video where I put LEDs into this fire elemental. Well, now my next challenge is to put LEDs into this, which as you can see presents quite a scale challenge. So, to do this I'm going to use a tip I learnt from YouTube, which is using an LED Tealight. You can just about see it flashing away there. And let's have a look and see what's inside it. So, here's our little LED Tealight, and underneath we have a CR2032 dry cell battery, which we can just pop out. Like so, and you can see inside there's little contacts, and these are just push fit together, so get your little craft knife and they just pop apart. Now here's the interesting thing, these things are literally just put together. There's no glue, there's no soldering, all it is this little black switch thing here which has popped off, which when you slide it along it actually pushes or moves that little contact inside. I don't know if you can see that. So, you know, these things are put together as cheaply as possible, which means taking them apart is quite easy as well. So you just literally wiggle the LED out and hey presto, there we have the LED. Now this is a flashing LED, so it doesn't require any kind of circuit, and we can show you that by just getting the battery, and there you can see it literally just uses the battery power, and that's not me sort of messing up the contact. That is actually a little diode, I think it is, inside, which regulates the current and makes it flash. So literally this is one of the simplest circuits. You just a battery, an LED and some form of switch to switch it on and off. Now I was thinking about using one of these switches, but as you can see they're quite huge. So this is my next quandary, is how do I switch this thing on and off, because what you've got to remember is we're trying to pack it all inside a standard 25mm base. The fireball miniature is supposed to be a flaming sphere, which is only a 5-foot effect spell, so as you can see we need to keep this very, very compact, and the base, as you can see, it's barely big enough for the actual dry cell itself. So I've got to work out some kind of way of holding the dry cell battery, and also of working out how to do the switching. Now I could carve the inside of the and surface mount this on here, say, and then have that actually buried inside, but I think you'd be able to see it through the transparency, so that's maybe not such a good idea. But for now I'm gonna have to have a think about that one. Okay, so after a bit of a think, this is what I came up with, and as you can see it seems to be working quite well. Oh, there it goes. And I'll take it apart and show you how it's made. Okay, this is essentially just two discs, one of wood, one of cardboard, and So you can see here we've got the LED, which is simply super glued with the legs splayed apart, and then I've glued over some tin foil just to give a bigger contact patch. And the other side we have a small disc of MDF. This corresponds to a regular 25mm base or thereabouts, and on the underside you can see I've bored a couple of holes to fit the now much smaller batteries. I switched those out. I switched the CR2032 I think it is with an AG1 which is a watch battery. Now you need two of these because they're only 1.5 volts, and the flashing LED requires at least 3 volts, otherwise it just won't light. And obviously these are arranged in series, so the button of this one contacts the back of this one, thereby doubling the voltage to 3 volts, and then the tinfoil contact patches mate with that circuit to create the circuit, should I say. And then when they're properly aligned you can see they light up, and to switch it off you just turn it to one side. Now the Mini is drilled from below, an appropriate sized hole to fit over the bulb, and it's literally the tension of the bulb against the Mini that helps to connect the circuit. So I'll paint this one up and show you the finished article. Here's the finished painted miniature, still a little bit wet. I've just run a black wash over this, and I'll seal it with some clear matte varnish. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.